We made it. It's Friday.
Oh, thank gosh. Quick little week for
the short week.
Yeah.
It's all right. Coming up this morning, you ever heard of the trend silent walking, Tony? It's a new
Never
thing.
heard of that before. No.
So I found out it's not what I think it is because I've been accused of being sneaking up on people, even though I'm not trying to.
Okay.
So it's not that.
That's random.
Yeah, I know. So we got that coming up for you, as well as one of the performers at this year's Minnesota State Fair wrote a song about their performance at the Minnesota State Fair and debuted it at the Minnesota State Fair.
Wow, that is so meta.
It is. And it's so, we'll talk about more about
The company.
I think it's a neat story. The thing that to know about it is it's not like, man, I love corn dogs and look at all the people. It's deeper than that.
Yeah.
So once you know who I'm talking about, you'll understand why.
Are you going to play the song for us?
I might give you a sample.
Okay, a sample?
There's a couple swears in there, so. So.
Swearing about it. Okay.
Oh no, not like that. It's not angry. It's you'll understand
I got
more.
you. All right. Okay.
So that's all coming up. Plus, Song in 60s on the way this morning.
Nice.
And your day for a song.
Yes, and I have to check to see if the song's in the system.
Little verification that we have the song.
I doubt we do, so I'm going to have to go to a fallback. But
Okay. We're going to be playing third single by the Chumbawamba or what?
I don't think they even went to the second. So
You're not wrong,
Yeah.
probably. All right, so that's all coming up. Tony's got a few minutes to figure that out. Good morning. And
Mix 108. Good morning. It is Tony Hart and Nick Cooper. It's the Morning Brew. We're going to play Song in 60 right now. I'm going to give some clues. See if y'all can figure out the song, and then we'll play the song. And this is one of the few songs that I know literally every word to, and I
Wow.
will sing along at the top of my lungs. So you will enjoy that, Nick.
I'm
Okay?
looking forward to it.
All right, so here we go. Song in 60 clues. Start right now. You would do this with a donut and coffee, or a donut and milk, or
Dunk.
okay, okay, not out, but
In.
okay,
Well, Dunkin' Donuts is what comes
okay,
to mind.
no, okay, yeah,
Okay.
okay. No, not. You can take the donuts out.
Okay, Dunkin'.
Okay.
Duncan Chic, barely
okay,
breathing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. I just knew I needed to get the artist. That's a wild. It was a long way to get around.
It was, but you got clever, got creative. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I figured I could have gone, tidal and did like more breathing, CPR, but I thought that might be confusing. So I figured I'd take the Duncan route because I figured once you get Duncan, you instantly don't, because there's no other Duncan singers. You did that the other day with a song.
Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah, I forget what it was, but they only had one song. So
Yeah. Good song. All right, looking forward to it. Your song in Mix 108 Morning Brew. Good morning and happy Friday. So, what do you think silent walking is?
Well, like I said, you're a quiet walker. You're somebody that sneaks up on people. Like I have this strange ability to know who's coming to my office because of the footsteps and their walk cadence. Like I know who's coming to my office,
or what type of shoes they normally wear, or
Like if I hear some lazy shuffling down the hallway, I know Ken's coming to see me.
the sound of Crocs dragging on the floor.
Yeah. The boss man's coming to see me when I hear the dragging of the feet, the Crocs on the floor.
But it's a quick drag.
It's a quick drag. It's like a slap if he's not wearing any socks.
He's not paying attention right now. So, and I've been accused of sneaking up on people. Like I'll pop up in somebody's office and they're like, "Whoa, hi." I do that a lot to David, apparently.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do with that, though. So it kind of is like a trend we talked about earlier this year, and I kind of feel like it's people trying to prove something.
Okay.
Or so. So you remember the trend, raw dogging a flight? Mm-hmm. You
That's
you
still
didn't
kind of a thing.
listen or watch. You just sat there. Mm-hmm. So silent walking is basically like the walking equivalent of raw dogging a plane flight. So yeah, I know. Licensed to talk about it. So the idea behind it is you go for a walk in quiet. So you go to a quiet place, like into a forest area or a quiet park. You aren't listening to music. You aren't talking to anybody. You're just there walking in silence.
Okay, they've been doing that in malls for years, right?
But the idea is you have less distractions because you're not in a mall. I mean, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Because there's no flashing lights, there's no music play. Like even
Usually it's
ambiently,
like 5 a.m, so there is none of that going on.
Now.
Have you ever mall walked before? It's very quiet and peaceful.
I can't say. I mean, I've walked in a mall, but not mall walked. I know they're different things.
Very different.
This I'm aware
Very
of.
different crowd.
So the people that are advocates for this is a trend that popped up on TikTok this summer. Say by removing distractions, you can be more aware of your inner and outer environments, and you kind of focus yourself, calm yourself. Just let your mind wander, just kind of decompress. Which is I find myself doing that on hikes, but I also listen to music, so I'll still think while I'm listening to music on a hike. But
Sorry, I was silent.
you're
walking
silent
in my
walking.
imagination.
Exactly.
Because you could do that too, probably.
You could.
Find yourself and just kind of pretend you're walking in a forest.
Daydreaming.
You could do it in like VR.
You could. So some people that are not big fans of this have the same thought process of those that kind of weren't a fan of the idea of raw dogging a plane flight. Because they're like, what kind of person is just going to, in their own silence, just... You okay there?
I'm fine. I'm
okay.
good. Sorry.
What kind of person is just going to silently sneak around the forest and not have any sort of anything going on?
If this is northern Minnesota, I've seen that a lot, actually. I've seen it more than I want to see just random people walking in woods.
Sure.
I once saw a naked guy walking out of the woods.
Excuse me?
I swear to God. It was on Wisconsin Point.
That's
Nude,
wow.
walking right out of the woods.
Hopefully they had a lovely day.
And I was like, he was all by himself. There was not a car in sight. I was just driving by. Of course, I sped up really quick. It's like, wow.
Wanted to take a dip and didn't have the swim gear.
I don't know the story, but
Okay.
yeah,
Didn't
he was
ask.
completely nude, and thank God that leaf was where it was. That's all I'm going to say.
Aye. So one thing I will say about if you do decide to go silent walking, there are some places you don't want to do this. If you do go into the deep woods, there's a couple downsides.
Okay.
If you're in an area where there are bears, cougars, animals you could scare,
Wolverines.
Wolverines.
You do not want to mess with it.
No, because they actually tell you if you go on a hike, first off, like if you go, especially in the mountains or places like that, they say you should never go by yourself. One, because a crowd is going to scare off animals better, or if something happens or whatever. Somebody can go for help if something bad happens. But also, they say you should actually talk. Even if you're by yourself, which you shouldn't be, you should talk to yourself, make noise, so you don't scare it. I mean, that way you don't startle an animal by walking up on it.
Right.
It's different if you're in a city park or if you're walking around your neighborhood, obviously.
You can't walk that quiet where an animal probably won't hear you. Like most animals in the woods have good
Pretty
ears.
good. But even then,
You know.
the experts will tell you. I mean,
Silent walking experts will tell you.
they'll tell you, you got to be
right.
careful about
All right,
that.
I'll be
So
careful.
if you're going to silent walk, do it around the neighborhood, do it on a park. Mid trails around the Twin Ports area are going to be fine. You're generally not going to startle a cougar,
Right.
on the trail in most cases, but it's just something to be aware of. But that is what silent walking is. It is a thing, and maybe give it a try sometime, Tony.
No.
He says no.
I'm out on this one.
He's going to be
I'm going to pass on this trend.
listening to music or talking to the dog or whatever it is you're doing on your walk.
Silent nacho eating.
Quiet. I'm enjoying this. Nick's Nonsense is on the way in a little bit. Now, we've been on a trend of people doing dumb things. Well, this is a little different. Got an interesting food story coming up here
All right, I like that.
in Nick's Nonsense on Mix It Away. Good morning. Nick's Nonsense on a Friday morning, and we go down a slightly different avenue this morning. So I had mentioned earlier, if there was a fictional food item you would love to see become a reality, what would it be? And Tony immediately said a Krabby Patty, of course, from SpongeBob.
Yes, Krabby Patty, and I would also, another one came to mind, I would also really love some cheesy poofs.
Yes.
I want a bag of cheesy poofs.
Oh, that's amazing.
Of course, from South Park.
Yeah, so we're not getting any cheesy poofs, but we are getting a Krabby Patty for real.
That's cool.
So the
Who's doing it?
The venue apparently, and this is all based on internal reports and in intercepted memos and stuff like that. So I don't know that the company's confirmed this yet, but apparently Wendy's is reportedly rolling out a Krabby Patty onto their menu yet this year.
Oh, that's a great idea. Good for them.
Yeah, so according to Today, There's apparently an internal Wendy's memo that was dated from last month that was leaked online that appears to say that a Krabby Patty will launch in celebration of the 25th anniversary of SpongeBob SquarePants this year.
5 years.
So today, citing the memo, reports that the Krabby Patty, which is famously sold at the Krusty Krab, as you mentioned, is going to be available at Wendy's locations on October 8th if the reports are true, and will be available for about a month until November 11th.
Okay. I love that idea. So
the
for them.
the promotion is tied apparently to a partnership with Paramount, who of course is the owner of Nickelodeon, SpongeBob, so on and so forth.
Somebody needs to also do a Big Kahuna Burger. What
there
movie
you
was
go.
that from? Come on. Big Kahuna Burger. What?
Oh no.
From that new burger joint down the street?
You're going to say, I can't think
Come
of it.
on.
I know. You're going to say it, and I'm going to be like,
Come on.
what is it?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
Big Kahuna Burger. You remind me
Darn
if
it.
I washed that down with some of your Sprite. That was my really bad Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, that's okay.
But-
So if you're wondering what this is going to be in real life, it's described as a premium cheeseburger with Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef topped with fresh produce and a secret Krabby Patty sauce, capturing the magic of the iconic fictional sandwich for real for SpongeBob fans everywhere.
Oh, I love this. I'll get one.
All right, I'll give it a go. I'd give it a try. So there you go. Look forward to the Krabby
Made out
Patty.
of crab. I mean, is it made out of crab?
It's a burger. It's just a cheeseburger.
Okay, good.
So there you go. A little something different, something to look forward to. Reportedly in Nick's Nonsense here this morning on Mix 108.
Live from the Mix 108 studio in downtown Duluth, this is KBMX FM, Proctor Duluth Superior, a town square media station.
There we go. Good morning and happy Friday. 7:02, 48 degrees. A little preview of the temperatures we're going to see as we get into the next couple days. So today we're going to see high around 60, depending on where you are. Tonight, there is a frost advisory in effect for pretty much most of the Northland, all of the Arrowhead, Iron Range, northwestern Wisconsin, all the cities that are hearing us over the radio. You're probably under a frost advisory tonight because temperatures are going to dip down into the 30s for most places across the region. Now, near the lake, 40, low 40s, but get away from the lake a little bit, might see some frost. So that's for tonight. Tomorrow we warm up into the mid 60s, but another chilly overnight Saturday night, and then Sunday back to near 80. And then next week, we actually do see some 80s early in the week once again. So we do warm up quickly again.
Great news.
It is great news. So also, as we get into fall, Tony, have you ever been to Palisade Head by Silver Bay, the overlook over Lake Superior?
Never.
You've seen pictures, though.
Maybe.
Well, look at our website. You've seen pictures. Like the big...
You did this to me yesterday.
The big rock cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This-
Iconic Northland stuff, Tony.
Is this your picture too?
That one is not.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was going to say, you're doing all these like stories of the stories are coming up where places
I have
you've
pictures
hiked
of
and
things.
take pictures of.
I
Yeah.
actually did not use any of my own pictures for this story.
Okay.
So the deal with this one is this is not new news to people who have been there recently, but so in August, they actually shut down the road to get up there. It's a beautiful overlook. There's parking for maybe like 10 vehicles. So it's not a big space, but beautiful, iconic. People that visit the North Shore go there regularly. It's a very popular spot. So anyway,
Gosh, I need to go apparently.
you do. The road has been, well, you might want to wait a little bit because the road has been closed to get up there. It's been closed since a few weeks ago, and it's going to remain closed through the month of September, which is kind of a bummer because toward the end of the month, we'll start getting into peak fall colors season. That's a great spot to see some of them. But they've got the road closed because there's a radio tower up there because it's a very high point, and they're doing some maintenance work on the tower.
Oh, those radio people.
I know. So now the good news is you can still go up there, but you got to walk up there.
Oh,
And it's a hill.
I'm out.
So you're going to have to wait until either there's no exact date, end of September, early October.
Ask our engineer. He knows all these.
This is
tower
true. He
people.
knows everybody in the area.
He'll tell you.
Well, so the DNRs just said end of September is what they said as of right now. So you can go up there. The gates closed across the road to get up there, which, by the way, if you do go when the road is open, it's barely wide enough for two vehicles, one each direction, but you got to like get on the side of the road to do that.
Yeah.
So it's a narrow, winding road up this hill. But once you get up there, spectacular. I actually went up there one time this summer, and there was somebody holding a small wedding ceremony up there.
Oh, beautiful.
Which is really neat because, I mean, it's panoramic, Lake Superior all the way, almost all the way around you.
Yeah.
Beautiful shoreline views. So anyway, heads up, closed for a while. We got details about that on the Mix Mobile app at mix808.com.
Sweet. Coming up here this morning, we'll talk a little bit about this frost and this cold.
Yes.
Because it is chilly out this morning.
It's a little cool.
I'll tell you why it was a little extra chilly in my house today.
Uh-oh.
This morning. God.
Uh-oh.
Plus, later on this morning in the 8 o'clock hour, we'll give you details on how you can win tickets to see the sold-out Teddy Swims show next week at Grand Casino. Now, they must have booked this show before he became huge.
Yeah.
And he all of a sudden blew up, and that show sold out immediately, and he could probably sell out Target Center now at this point.
Probably, yeah.
So if you want to get these highly sought-after tickets, we had to go through some serious channels to get them, but we got one pair, and we're going to give them away Monday morning, and we'll tell you in the 8 o'clock hour how that will be done, okay?
It's going to be fun. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Teddy Swims, Mix 108 Morning Brew, good morning and happy Friday. So we're a few days removed from the end of the Minnesota State Fair.
Bummer.
I know.
I already
didn't
miss
get
it,
the
even though I
chance.
haven't gone in years.
Wow.
No, but I miss it, like...
Okay, that's
I miss the news. I miss the energy that it creates in the state.
Yeah. So I don't disagree with you. One of the performers that was there this year, Chance the Rapper, he was the second night at the grandstand this year.
And it was like his only show of the year.
Well, yeah, so I wrote a whole thing up on our website, and we talked about this on the air about how he has not done any shows this year. He did a couple small things like at art shows, just like popping up randomly. But his only big show of the year was at the Minnesota State Fair. And so the story leading up to his show actually led to a song that he performed at the fair, and he released as a single on streaming last week. So the show was on August 23rd.
Yeah.
Leading up to the show, he gets a phone call from his agent. Hey, man, the ticket sales for the show aren't going so hot. You want to pull the plug on this thing? Kind of thinks on it a little bit. He goes, nope, I don't think so. I'm going to go forward with it. So the venue, the grandstand venue, holds 14,000 people, give or take. He sold about 4,000 tickets.
Eek. That's kind of
Yeah, it's
crazy. I mean, he's a big name.
Yeah. The issue is, like, he hasn't had a big thing in a while.
No, he's been kind of quiet, yeah.
So, because he did a show, I think, at the X or at Target Center in 2017, 2018, and it was like that show was hopping. Mm-hmm. But it's been a while, and he hasn't done anything big in a while, and he's not been touring, so there's not a lot of buzz around his name, but it was kind of a neat show because he handpicked the State Fair in Minnesota to do a show here.
Right.
And it didn't sell very well. So he wrote a song, and he performed it at the State Fair about, not just that, but like all through his whole career, how, he started up like doing birthday parties for free for people.
Right.
And doing shows at clubs in Chicago where he's from.
Right.
For like 10 people.
Right.
And the whole theme of the song, which is called 3333, which is his number. He wears a hat with a 3 on it.
Sure.
Like it's his favorite number. So he called the song that because that was the number of tickets he said that he sold. Now, the end number, according to the State Fair, was actually about 4,000. So it was a little more than that.
They only sold 4,000 tickets for that show?
Yeah. So 10,000 tickets short of a sellout.
Dang, that's kind of crazy,
Isn't
actually.
it? So he told fans on stage when he performed the song, if it was one of you here, I would do this show.
That's cool.
Which is
I
cool,
believe
'cause-
that. He seems like that type of guy.
Yeah, and so the roughly 4,000, I checked Reddit and social media and stuff to see what people had to say about the show, and I read a review from a news outlet in the cities. Everyone that was there loved the show. There was a little bit of, like, leading up to it, there was a DJ playing, and there were some people that were like, meh about that. But, like, his performance, people loved it. And he played that song, which kind of talked about leading up to that. Like I said, talked about, like, just his whole career, how he's done stuff where he's kind of been like, you know what? I might not have a stadium full of people, but I'm doing what I love with people, and they're loving it too.
Right.
And so, kind of a neat story. We got the song and actually a video. So he and his team put a video together at the state fair for the show when they released it as a single. And there's a lot of like you can see him on the stage of the grandstand in a lot of the footage or like around the state fair. So he's actually, there's a scene where you can see one of the famous buildings in the background. The fireworks behind him one evening. Like there's a lot of iconic state fair stuff in this video. So you want to check it out. We got the full story, the video, some of the images from it. It's all on the Mix Mobile app, mixitaway.com. Pretty neat deal. And like, I don't way to take things in stride, because there are some musicians who would be like, I haven't sold a third of this venue out. Yeah, you're saying I can opt out? I'll do so.
Right.
So, and like that was one of the shows I think I told you on the air. Like I would love to go to that show just because he seems like a cool guy, super talented, super funny. Do you ever see the bit he did on SNL?
Maybe
where he was a reporter for a hockey game.
I don't know.
Was one of the most iconic ones. Hilarious. You'll have to look it up sometime. But super talented guy. Seems like a super nice guy. I've never met him before, but interesting story. And it's not, like I said, a love song about the state fair, but he does call the state fair out by the name Minnesota State Fair a few times, and not like in a mean way, just like, hey, I'm glad that I was there. I thank you to everyone that came out. Shout out to the state fair. Like this is just kind of
right,
you know, some of the challenges of this career. So neat story.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So again, you can check out. I would play the song, but I know there's a couple random F-bomb landmines that I don't want to stumble onto without getting an edited version on the air. So
yeah, okay.
I'm not going to play it on the air, but we do have the video with the song. It's on our website and mobile app. It's kind of a chill, it's a Chance the Rapper song. So check it out on our website and mobile app. More music news. We talked about Linkin Park. We got some stuff there. Tony's got cold weather news, apparently.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
We'll get to that as well later on this morning here at Mix 108. Mix 108 Morning Brew, Friday morning, 7:50, and it is 50 degrees downtown Duluth right now at the Mix 108 studios. So some big music news last night, Tony.
Yes, that's been being teased for
a couple weeks now.
A couple weeks, probably.
Yeah, a week or two.
Yeah.
So the band Linkin Park, of course, splashed onto the scene around 2000 or so, give or take. Super successful career, very tragic death of their lead singer, Chester Bennington, in 2017, I think it was. And since then, the band's just kind of gone off and just kind of, non-music stuff. Mike Shinoda, the other singer in the band, has done a few things on his own since then in recent years. But otherwise, the band's just been kind of just doing non-music stuff.
Yeah,
but
they've been releasing some, box
some
sets
unreleased songs.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And they've been doing a little bit of that.
Yep.
But they have never replaced Chester officially.
Up until
last
now.
night. Yeah.
So there was, as you mentioned, there was something being teased, something, and it really wasn't sure, but a lot of speculation was it was a new singer and kind of a rebirth of the band, and that's exactly what happened. So they held an event last night. I think it was in LA, if I remember right. I didn't catch all the fine details, but they had a ticketed event where they bussed a bunch of people in that showed up somewhere. Then they were brought to this venue where they held about an hour-long concert where they showed off the new lineup, which is not just a new singer, but a new drummer as well.
Okay.
The drummer has been involved with a number of different rock and pop rock acts. I forget what the list is off the top of my head, but so 2 new members. They announced a new album, which is coming out in November, and also did a bunch of songs as part of this roughly hour-long concert. Now, they had one new song that they played, as well as a bunch of songs, hits of theirs from over the years.
Yeah. On the new singer's name, she is a co-founder of the alternative rock band Dead Sarah. Her name is Emily Armstrong.
Yeah, so I
love this.
I dug this up. If you might know who this is if you're make it happen here. Come on. Oh. There we go. So their song Weatherman was probably, I would say, the band's biggest song that she was a part of previously.
Okay.
That I can think of. So anyway, she is now the singer of Linkin Park. And they've got, like I said, plans to release an album and go on a tour. It's like a 6 or an 8 date tour.
Yeah, they're going to go to L.A., New York, Hamburg, Germany, London, Seoul, South Korea, South Korea, and Bogota, Colombia. The new album, From Zero,
Yep.
Well, when is it being released?
I think November 15th.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yep.
I don't know why all this stuck in my head after reading it last night. But mid-November is when the new album comes out, which is going to feature a whole bunch of new music, including one song that they did debut last night, which I forget the name of that song. Do you have that in front of you at all by chance?
I do not in front of me. But
that's the one detail I don't remember from the whole deal here. It is The Emptiness Machine is the name of the song.
Yep, there it is.
And that's available. There's a video out and it's on streaming. Like you can listen to it right now. They actually put it on their website last night. If you're curious, if you want to see what the new singer sounds like with the band. So they did, as I mentioned, about an hour-long concert last night live for an audience and on social media. The band did say they're going to have that video of that live concert available for about a day or so. I think then they're going to take it down.
Yeah, it'll live forever on YouTube, though.
Well, yeah. So if you want to check it out, it's on it's on their Facebook page, it's on their YouTube channel, stuff like that. So,
so whenever a band gets a new singer, I love to listen to they do new stuff. That's fine, but
sure.
I want to hear what they sound
compare?
like doing, like Numb, for instance, one of Linkin Park's biggest hits.
Yep.
Rock hit, top 40 hit, whatever. Yep. And she was pretty good. She's a little heavier than Chester was, I think.
Right.
She's a little bit more screamy than singy.
Yeah, a little bit more yell there, but yeah.
But she's good. It's an interesting move for the band, and good luck to them. I'm a fan. I dig it.
So I did read a little interview so they're letting fans know that the name of the new album, From Zero, is kind of a play on, obviously they're kind of starting over again. Mm-hmm. But they're also, so the name of the band before they became Linkin Park was Zero, Xero. Mm-hmm. So they're kind of playing off of that.
Oh, okay.
So they're letting folks know that we're playing into who we've always been, but we're obviously going to be doing some new things as we add in, a new drummer and a new singer. And so look for, I think Mike called it an evolution of the band with the new album. So yeah, should be interesting to see what happens. The album comes out, like you said, mid-November. And for fans out there, it'll be interesting to see what they do with a couple new players.
Let's go.
Coming up here in a few minutes, we're going to see what's trending at the top here in Mix It Away. Good morning and happy Friday.
Live from the Mix 108 studio in downtown Duluth, this is KBMX FM, Proctor Duluth Superior, a town square media station.
8 o'clock on a Friday morning, 50 degrees right now downtown Duluth at the Mix 108 studios. 62 is where we're headed in the Twin Ports area today for a daytime high. So certainly a fall-like day during the daytime hours, but tonight going to feel just as fall-like as well. There's a frost advisory in effect for this evening as temperatures head to near Lake Superior, around 40 or low 40s, away from Lake Superior, 30s. That frost advisory is in effect for all of the Northland, including the Iron Range, the Arrowhead, northwestern Wisconsin. It's
cover your tomatoes.
Exactly.
Be sure to cover your tomatoes.
Slightly warmer for Saturday, mid 60s during the day. We'll be in the low to mid 40s again for Saturday night. Sunday, flip the switch back to summertime. Near 80, breezy, sunny, and then upper 70s, low 80s to kick off next week. So just a brief taste of fall.
A group of people harvesting wild rice came upon a shocking discovery last weekend, and they immediately called authorities when they discovered human remains of at least 3 individuals. Ooh. Now, this happened at Leech Lake. Cass County Sheriff's Office arrived at the scene and immediately secured it, and they did confirm that those were human remains. They were several hundred years old.
Wow.
So the Sheriff's Office contacted the Leech Lake Heritage Sites Program along with the Minnesota Indian Affairs Council, and steps were taken to secure the remains. The incident remains under investigation, but they will, all the departments are working together, and they're working to preserve and restore the remains and get them to, a proper burial site or whatever.
Okay.
But if you want to read more about this, they are reminding the public that if you ever come across remains like this, to call the authorities. Well,
sure.
Yeah. I mean, if I ever came across human bones, I would definitely call authorities.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No matter what it was. But,
right.
And not to touch anything, not to disturb the area. You want to read more, you can hit up the Mix 108 app or go to mix108.com.
Coming up this hour, we're We're going to tell you how you could win some Teddy Swims tickets, a highly sought after show.
Yeah, and we had to go through like 4 different channels to try to just secure one pair of tickets. And we managed to get a pair of tickets, and we're going to give them away Monday morning.
Okay.
And we're just finalizing the idea right now, and then we'll tell you what it is, what we're going to do on Monday morning for you to win Teddy Swims tickets, okay?
Nice. Sounds like a good time. Looking forward to it. I wish I could go. It'd be a fun show.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
I like him. He's pretty good.
Talented guy.
Good voice, yeah.
Music on the way for you soon from Benson Boone. Sabrina Carpenter now.
Take a look. We're seeing Taylor's jet. We just saw them land. It is a Falcon 7, I believe, and that's what she flies, and that has 3 engines, as a matter of fact. So very distinctive in that regard as far as business jets are concerned. So we're pretty sure this is her arriving at Atlantic. We're a little bit higher than, well, we got to be up this high, but I can't tell if she's gotten off. I'm sure if she did, she was waving to me. But at this point, I think they are loading up in that SUV and getting ready to head for Arrowhead. So an unofficial confirmation that Taylor is in the building, well, at least in the city, and headed for the building and the big game. So we may follow that a little bit on over to Arrowhead for a bit, but
It's the Mix 108 Morning Brew. That comes from a TV station in Kansas City where they sent their news chopper up to confirm Taylor Swift's landing in the city.
Chopper 12 or whatever's in the air.
Poor chopper guy's like, really?
This is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing
We're just
today?
flying over the airport? Okay.
This is what we're doing. Taylor Swift is back for another NFL season. She was at Arrowhead Stadium last night cheering on Travis Kelce, sitting in the Kelce box next to Papa Kelce.
Yep.
And her presence was obviously a good luck charm because the Chiefs won the game last night, 27-20, I believe.
Yeah, by a blade of grass.
Wow. I've been looking at some pictures this morning, too. I don't even know about that.
Few blades of grass.
I don't know.
So the argument is I did not watch the game in its entirety, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, so the argument that some people have made is if the guy that caught the ball that could have been a touchdown for the Ravens was wearing white shoes, it might have been really hard to tell whether or not the toe was over the line or not.
Oh, so now that's going to be a thing. Everybody's going to be wearing like white shoes to mask the.
They'll probably the NFL would be smart to put a rule in about that. But yeah, so Kansas City did win. Taylor continues to be a good luck charm for Kansas City.
She was rocking all denim last night. She had red knee-high boots on and some jorts. She had some jorts on and a little denim. I don't know a holder top or some kind of top. I don't know. Anyways, she was looking. She didn't have any. Well, she had her red boots on, I guess. I was going to say she didn't have any.
Wasn't going
really
super fan.
Chiefs, she didn't really have any Chiefs gear on last night, except for the red boots. But
but just low key. It's start of the season,
low key. And then after the game, Travis and Taylor were spotted together holding hands.
Of course they were
Contractually obligated to hold hands after the game. Just kidding.
Yeah, you don't believe that, really?
No, I honestly don't. I at this point, I think they would. They've gone into another NFL season now. Like their opportunity, if this was fake, was over the break, over the summer.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That would have been a good training camp talker.
Yeah, exactly.
But now that the season started,
the season's done. There's no breakups happening until another Super Bowl win for the Chiefs, and she's out there with them. Yeah. 3 in a row. 4 Chiefs, yo.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I don't know. It's kind of funny because I remember when the team first became a bit, when Mahomes first started and everything, like everyone was excited. Oh, good, a team that could potentially knock off the Patriots, and now they're the new Patriots.
Now they're the new Patriots.
Like everyone's just hating on them because all they do is win.
All they do is win, 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 win.
Exactly. But it's good. It's good to know Taylor was there and showing up, of course, in kind of a laid back, not full on super fan style, but it'll be interesting to see how many games she goes to this season because the first one you got to go to.
Yep. Up next, it looks like they are Bengals Chiefs.
Okay.
So it's at Chiefs. It's at Arrowhead next week.
Okay.
They got 2 homers in a row.
Wow.
So we'll be on watch to see if Taylor returns to Kansas City.
Do we know if they'll have Chopper 12 in the air again?
Well, probably. Probably.
You got to imagine. So Kansas City's not a small town, but it's not the biggest market in the world. Do you think that the TV stations actually have their own helicopters, or do they have to rent one?
No, I'm sure they have their own. Kansas City's a pretty big town.
It's a decent, but it's not. I mean, the Twin Cities area is bigger.
I mean, they got choppers.
Well, I know they do.
Yeah, they got choppers.
I don't know.
Choppers are cheap.
An unofficial confirmation that Taylor is in the building.
Mix 108 Morning Brew. Good morning and happy Friday. 8:32 and 52 degrees downtown Duluth at the Mix 108 Studios. And we are a matter of days away from a pretty big show coming to Minnesota.
Yes, Teddy Swims.
This guy. You don't know for some reason.
Yeah, he's going to be at Grand Casino Hinckley
Okay.
next Saturday night. My bad. Is
Nice.
next Saturday night, the
Okay,
14th.
Week away, though.
Week away. Hold on, I'm just pulling it up here. Yep. So he'll be at the at Grand Casino Hinckley on the 14th. Show starts at 8:00. It is completely sold out. It's been sold out for months. But we got 1 pair of tickets for this show.
Nice.
We had to go through some incredible channels, all the way up through his management
Wow.
to get these tickets. And we got a pair of tickets for next Saturday night, and we're going to give them away Monday morning on
Let's
the Morning
go.
Brew. So what we're going to do is you got to find Teddy in the Twin Ports. Find Teddy in the Twin Ports.
Well, that's a fun idea. So how's that work?
What we're going to do is I will hide a teddy bear
Awesome. Nice.
somewhere in the Twin Ports on Monday morning between 7 and 9. You need to listen.
Okay.
So we'll start the bear hunt, if you will, the teddy hunt at 7 a.m.
You said bear season opens on Monday morning?
Monday morning, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll start the teddy hunt at 7 a.m. on Monday morning.
Okay.
And we'll be hid somewhere in the Twin Ports area. Now, that
Okay.
could be Superior, that could be Duluth, that could be Cloquet, Hermantown, Proctor. Probably won't go up to Two Harbors. Sorry, Two Harbors, but you
Aw.
never know. You never know.
Okay.
Maybe somewhere in between. You know.
Okay.
I don't know. You never know. We could be anywhere.
You and Teddy gonna go and
So
figure it out.
we'll give clues throughout the morning. Plus, you'll have an opportunity to call in and ask some questions, like some 20 questions type of questions.
Okay.
Are you in blah blah blah? Are you in blah blah blah? Are you near blah blah blah?
Sure. Can you see water?
Can you see? Yes, probably.
Most likely.
Maybe, maybe not. So that'll be the deal on Monday morning between 7 and 9. So be ready to hunt for Teddy on Monday morning for those tickets to see Teddy Swims
Yeah, it should be a fun
at
time.
Grand Casino Hinckley next Saturday night.
Just let work know you're going to be in late on Monday morning.
Yeah, you might be an hour late. So it'll end by 9 o'clock.
Okay, so dude, we're going to have a winner by 9 a.m. on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, we'll just, by the end of the show, I'll just say, I'm here.
Come
First
get
person,
me.
come get me. Yeah.
Okay, so you and Teddy going to hang out together.
Well, I will
Kind
be.
of.
I will be
Supervising.
near Teddy.
Okay.
I'll probably
You're going to be like a mama bear nearby
Yes.
watching Teddy Bear.
Nearby Teddy.
Okay.
So I'll be nearby.
Okay.
I will. You won't find me and Teddy sitting on a bench like Mark Wahlberg and Ted. We won't. That's not going to be the case. Okay. It'll just be a teddy bear.
That's a
kind
funny
of,
visual. Just chilling?
Just chilling somewhere.
Okay.
And the first person to find that Teddy will win the tickets.
So let me ask you this real quick. Is there going to be anything on the teddy bear to let everybody know that this is the teddy bear and not just a random teddy bear?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I plan on probably making some kind of shirt
Okay.
to put on the teddy bear.
Okay.
So I'll probably have to go get like a newborn shirt and break out my Cricut machine this weekend and customize a little shirt. And then hopefully you can keep that bear and
that
bring
was-
it to the concert.
That was the final question I was going to ask is, does the winner get to keep the teddy bear?
Hopefully, yes.
Okay.
Here's the deal. I'm going to, let's just make the call out right now, actually. Hey, Bill the Bear.
Okay.
Hey, Bill the Bear. I'm going to come up and talk to you a little bit later on today.
Got a Teddy Swims bear?
Do you have a bear for us?
Yes.
If you work at Build a Bear, you know somebody that works at Build a Bear. Maybe they can give us a bear to use
Genius.
for the Find Teddy in the Twin Ports
Yeah.
for the tickets. So 740-2MIX is our phone number. Any Build-A-Bear workers out there
Bear
listening.
connections.
I know you can hook us up with we just need a basic bear.
Yeah, does it?
We don't need one of the fancy, like holiday bears or anything like that. We just need a basic teddy bear.
Yeah.
And maybe, maybe I know they have like microphones and stuff. Maybe he could be like a singing bear or
Nice.
something like that. Maybe we can get like a bear accessory or something.
That might cost you extra, Tony.
I ain't paying for that. No. I might have to, but so that's the deal. We may have a Build-A-Bear teddy. We may just have a dollar store teddy. I don't know.
There will be a teddy bear.
There will be a teddy
and
bear.
there'll be something on it telling you that is the Mix 108 teddy bear.
Okay, so Monday morning, starting at 7 o'clock, we need you to be here. Find Teddy in the Twin Ports for Teddy Swims tickets. Monday morning between 7 and 9 on the Mix 108 Morning Brew.
Mix 108 Morning Brew, good morning and happy Friday. Happy Friday to you two from WDIO. Leah and Naya joining us. Hello.
Happy Friday.
Wow, that was in sync and everything. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah,
It was.
always.
Well, yeah, not that time, but usually.
Did you guys practice that?
No. We just spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Aw. So we were talking off the air, but we had a lot of music stuff we talked about this morning. But one other thing we talked about for a little while is chilliest morning of the year so far. As we get into
me for the tire thing again.
yeah, I'm bringing it back up.
Dang it.
So two different stories Tony had, and I did not have any. I actually had my windows open last night. Woke up did not have a problem.
Yeah, no, I had my window cracked in our bedroom last night, and it was fine, but it's so warm. But went down this morning, woke up, went downstairs, and I'm like, my God, it's freezing down here. I couldn't figure out why. And somebody had opened in the family opened the dining room window last night and left it open. So it was whatever the air temperature was outside. It was about that cold in
So what was our overnight low in the Twin Ports? It was in the 40s, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were in the low 40s early this morning,
So that
so
was the
it was
temperature of
very cold. So I can imagine it was like an icebox in your downstairs.
Yeah.
Not the most pleasant wake up.
yeah, it was cold. It really woke me up. I'm like, woo! And then
So we had a lesson is what we did, and I want to see if you guys knew this.
okay, yeah. So I'm driving in this morning, and my low pressure tire light came on, my warning light to say your tire pressure is low, and you know
Yes.
that happens on cold mornings. And
Yes.
so I assumed that, wow, it really must be cold today because my low pressure meter went off, right, on my car. I looked at the tires when I got here. Everything looks fine, right? But I learned a new thing because, Nick, you brought this up.
Yeah. So I asked, well, did you check your spare tire? And he kind of laughed. And I said, that's a thing. And he goes, no, it's not a thing. So we asked,
I don't sound like that.
okay. So did you guys know that is a thing?
I did not.
That your spare tire can set off the alarm?
Because
No.
it too could have a meter, a sensor, and if
Sensor
that
on it,
goes low or flat for some reason, that it could set off your low pressure warning light
So
in your
the
car.
solution is have a very old car that
Yes.
doesn't
Well,
have
there's that.
sensors.
Correct. That. So I mentioned this. Tony's like, that can't be a thing. So I said, somebody call in and prove me right or prove Tony right. Got a phone call from somebody who said they had the exact same thing happen with their vehicle, and they tracked it down because they were for days trying to figure out what's wrong with their tires, and they tracked it down to their spare.
Interesting. I didn't know that they had an eye on that one in the back,
I
too.
know, right?
Well,
So-
but when you think about it, it's a good thing because if you need that spare tire and it's flat,
Yeah, that's not
That would be
that.
even worse. Imagine being broke down on the side of the road
With a
and
flat
then,
tire.
and then your spare tire is. I would lose my mind.
Right.
Yeah, that now would be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Things would be thrown.
That would not be a pleasant. The tires would be thrown.
look out, Naya's upset about the tire.
Yeah.
Come
but-
rolling
so-
down the road. You know what?
But yeah, so I was blown away. I learned something new, but it makes sense if you think about it, I guess. If you
Yeah.
have a full-size spare, that it probably does have that sensor
Did
on
you guys
it as
mention covering up the gardens today?
yeah.
Tonight?
Gotta
Don't let them-
tomatoes. Cover the
tomatoes.
They're gonna freeze if you haven't picked them yet.
Well, so that's a great transition. So how cold are we going to get tonight? Because I know that there's a frost advisory out, but
Oh, there's a frost advisory for sure. So we'll be getting into those low 30s in some areas further north. I think around here we'll be sticking to around 35 degrees, 34, but that can still, frost over some of those delicate plants. So you're going to want to cover them up. But yeah, clear skies and cooling conditions. It's like the perfect storm for that first frost. So I'm making sure I have a sweat jacket with me when I'm out and about this weekend because it's going to be brisk.
So let me ask you guys this. Are you embracing it, or are you not looking forward to the fact that we're getting a little taste of real fall temperatures?
Well, it's almost like a fake tease because we're going to be back in the 80s next week. So it's just, you gotta tough it out for this weekend.
I don't know. I'm excited for Halloween, but I know what comes around Halloween time, and I don't like that. So I don't really love to. I wish that fall was longer.
Yeah. Yep.
Naya likes popsicles, not icicles. So.
Yes. Yes.
See, my favorite season is fall.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get daytime highs, low 60s, ideal, in my opinion. Especially when you get the fall colors really going, which that's what it's going to take is the colors with the temperatures get cooler. So,
yeah. So we'll start to maybe see a couple leaves changing this weekend, but it's going to be a little bit delayed because we're going to get some more warm air moving in for next week. But I'm excited. I like a good, drawn out fall. So I hope that the warm weather coming in kind of spaces us out and maybe pushes it a little bit longer.
So what you're saying is there's a few more beach days in us before it's all done.
Oh, of course. And I can never turn down one of those.
All right. Well, that's good to know that the chilly weather we're going to see is not long lived and we'll be warming up again for next week. You guys have a good weekend.
You too.
Enjoy, and we'll talk again next week.
Yep. Talk on Monday,
All
guys.
right. Bye-bye. Going to kick off your workday 108 minutes commercial free. That's all brought to you by The Beard. Nicolay Law, NicolayLaw.com. There's music on the way for you there from Harry Styles, Taylor Swift, Shabuzi, and more all coming up here in Mix It 08. Good morning and happy Friday.